Hello, everybody. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. I had a woman from Hobbs, New Mexico contact me, Heather O'Donnell or Heather Keen. And the first thing she said, I'm going to show you the messages here in a minute. First thing she said was she's hearing somebody in her attic. Well, that's the same crimes that I was reporting before and when I was shot and even after I was shot. I've documented 50 other homeowners all over the country reporting the same crimes. A lot of them from my police scanner. It can't be denied. This is nationwide organized crime and racketeering. Okay, it's been hidden from the public by our police and press. Okay, and these are dangerous, violent criminals. But Heather's telling me when Donnie was drunk, he and his friend shot a guy. And I said, in Hobbs? And she said, in Midland. And I wondered if Donnie wasn't who shot me. Let me show you the messages here. Okay. She first contacted me right here in December 1st, 2019. I've been hearing things in my attic. And I sent her this video here. I've documented a lot of these calls from my police scanner, they can't deny it. And she's like, thank you, okay? She said, they're driving me crazy. I had an officer come out, and he said I was on drugs. So rude, that's really the modus operandi right there, because the police are hiding these crimes from the public, falsely labeling the crime victims as crazy. And in her case, they're saying she's on drugs. And you'll see here, or what I end up telling her, I said, if you drink or anything, you need to stop, because they're going to use that as an excuse to commit these crimes against you. You can't drink, drugs, nothing at all. Okay. And she's telling me, she says they're a crime ring, and they pretty much pass you off as crazy. And that's exactly right. It's a team of people. I can hear them talking next door. If anything happens to me, I live at 2606 East Sunset Circle in Hobbs, New Mexico. And talking about our walls are thin. I'm not going to go over the whole conversation, And she says they're saying the tweakers house has been occupied, And like I said, they're saying she's on drugs, she's crazy, etc. She thinks people in the attic. She's sending me some stuff. We're exchanging some photos there. Here's where it gets interesting. Okay, said God sent me your news fed to me. They're driving me crazy on purpose. First time I went in the attic, there was a light on. See, I've seen that same thing. Actually, when I first moved here to Midland, I was going to work one morning, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw the light go off. And there's a HVAC return there in my hallway where it goes in the attic, and just out of the corner of my eye, I saw a light go off, and I was like, nah, that couldn't be, there ain't no way, and now I'm 100% sure, that's exactly what it is, and then my Hobbs home, when I lived over there, and she lives in Hobbs, my daughter told me, Dad, there's a light on the attic, and I hadn't been up in the attic. I believe the Hobbs home was rigged. I believe my in-laws are the one who rigged it, and they built that house and built the one next to it. And so, anyway, she boats her windows. It says they call me by name all the time, which I really haven't heard that here as far as the people in the attic talking. Okay, but you can hear them move around though, for sure. 3 phones have been hacked. That's they got my phone hacked. They got my computer hacked. They have my security system hacked. I got a video proving that they hacked the cameras, and that's posted out there. Absolutely no doubt. That's proof in itself, and it says I can't catch them. Yes, they have cars that drive in front of my house, call out by name and intimidate me. I know I've been so scared. One of them posed as a guy taking me on a date. We started dating and he took me to Houston. Okay, she's telling me this story. She says he tried to kill me with drugs. I got away, went straight to the hospital. His name is Donnie Cobb. I looked it up on Facebook and I said, that him? Says, yeah, that's him. And she sends this picture. Okay, Donnie Cobb. Okay. And now says, I asked her, I said, was he related to any of the Cobbs from Hobbs? Says Ryan Cobb. And no, but I know Ryan Cobb as well. And I think this is a sex trafficking ring. And I do too. I think that's the primary deal. It's a sex trafficking ring, human trafficking. It says, I've hidden my house so many nights. Oh my God, I know Laura Rogers. And see, I want to tell you here, the fear is unimaginable, and I don't want to tell her, but you think scary, wait till they cut your phone lines and shoot you. Okay, here I'm going to jump over here to this lady, Lisa Rogers here. Okay, she told me on Facebook, "You're not disabled with a 45." And that's the first time I'd heard that, a 45, and that's when, that I'm actually positive I shot with a 45 handgun loaded with a special plastic pellet filled bullet. But what I found was that Lisa's son was from Hobbs, and his name is Cobb or Cobbs or whatever. And so I don't know if, here, I've looked him up right here, Ryan Cobbs. I think that's her son. And we got just a whole bunch of mutual friends, 60 mutual friends here. And I think that's Lisa. And I wondered if he was here when I was shot. And that's how Lisa knows I was shot with a 45 handgun, because I believe that to be true. But then is that guy, that's why I was asking, is Ryan Cobb related to this Donnie Cobb that shot a guy in Midland? Okay. But anyway, says, when Donnie was drunk, he and his friend shot a guy. And I said, in Hobbs? Where we at? And she says, in Midland. Okay, so I'm convinced that he shot somebody in Midland. If he didn't shoot me, he shot somebody else. But I got a feeling he might have shot me, And he didn't say where. I thought he was joking. When did it happen? I'm trying to find his friend. I don't know any details. Yeah, he's from Houston. I know who one of his doctors are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, anyway, I'm going to go on to some other Cobbs over there, because she said he and his friend shot somebody in Midland. Shot somebody, and maybe shot me. This guy I seen in my people you may know list, okay? Philip Cobb. And I wondered if Philip Cobb was related to Donnie Cobb. Yeah, I suspected the people you may know list on Facebook is by people that are looking at your profile. And I think this guy's been looking at my profile, and he's from Hobbs, okay? Now I'm going to show you this other one here where he was arrested with a gun incident. Philip Cobb in 2020, okay? And that was the same guy, okay? And so the question is if this guy, Philip Cobb's related to Donnie Cobb and the shooting Donnie was involved in. Okay, I did a video back in 2020, and it was called The Ricky Ford Murder, Mayor's Son. Hobbs, New Mexico police investigated a homicide at the 500 block of East Semez, and the victim is 15-year-old Ricky Ford from Hobbs. I wondered if this could be another murder connected with the people who tried to murder me, and noticed that several people were desperate to silence or slander me. This morning, I saw a Facebook post saying that the mayor's son was arrested after trying to sell Ricky's truck in Dallas. His name was Philip Cobb. That's who I was showing you. And I wonder if he was related to Donnie Cobb. Another woman from Hobbs, Heather O'Donnell, told me that Donnie told her that he had shot a guy in Midland. So then it gets real interesting when we figure out this is the mayor's son, okay? And here's the mayor right here of Hobbs, New Mexico. And he became mayor 2 months after I was shot and left for dead. Okay, and Mayor Cobb, he owns RMS Foods, and it's a exclusive food distributor for plant-based foods for Kraft Heinz, okay? And he has a factory there in Hobbs, but Mayor Sam Cobb, but it was his son, Philip Cobb, that I was showing you the news reports on that was involved in the violent crimes, and I wondered if he was connected to Donnie Cobb. I've even wondered if maybe the cover-up on the murder attempt on my life was because it had a connection back to this mayor of Hobbs, New Mexico. But I don't know that, we're just what if could be right now. Until we can until we can get more information, but then I want to show you here. After I posted this, I made a video about this. Heather Keen, and her I think it's her uncle that's Doug Keen. I went to school with. I've known him forever, and so I know her family. But here, this was in 2021. And she tells me, my mom's boyfriend was killed. And I'm like, wow, was that connected to this deal? And you may get me killed now, And she's worried about it. And I I told her, I said, as soon as you told me people in the attic, I was worried about your safety. These are violent criminals.